here at the Smart Mine today, and it actually turned out the Nipissing Rock Club had planned a trip at the same time that I was going up. So I'm back in an area that I've dug before where I found a couple really nice titanites, and I already pulled out this little lovely small one with nice sharp front terminations. Got also this who knows how well it's preserved, but this etched apatite. It looks like it has both of its terminations at least. And then we've also got some of the pyroxene material, but I like to take that home, especially in the veins that have the titanites, because sometimes you'll find little clusters of really nice sharp titanites on the pyroxene matrix. So it's always good to check it, take back any of the pyroxene material as well. But yeah, we're gonna dig in there. It looks like somebody actually moved a couple rocks out of the way, but really didn't dig anymore, which thank you for doing the effort that I was planning to do today. But I'm gonna keep digging down into that vein because those titanites are nice and heavy, so they're gonna drop right to the bottom, at least in theory. So I've just been digging in this crevice, and it's getting close, deeper and deeper. I could feel a chunk of matrix material, and when I flipped it over as I was pulling it out, I noticed some really lovely sharp titanites on it. So you can see this is a pyroxene plate. There's a whole bunch of pyroxene crystals, and then there's these sharp titanites that the titanites like to grow in conjunction with the pyroxene here for whatever reason, or at least in this specific area. So that is a lovely specimen. That makes this trip worth it already. Like, look at those sharp crystals. And I bet there's a bunch of smaller ones under the dirt as well. So I'm gonna keep digging. If there's more of that'd be fantastic. So it's perfect weather. Not too hot, not too cold. Let me just show you what I found, because we've got something down there. Let's see if you guys can spot it. You might notice it from the luster. Right there. A nice little titanite crystal. Nice and sharp. Right in the same area where I found this pyroxene plate with titanites. So I know I'm in the right area. Just pulled out this handful of apatites. 2 DTs. Nothing absolutely huge, but, well, actually there's a little bit of damage on that end, so it's not a perfect DT, but that's not bad. It's a good sign that there's more to come. Another pyroxene plate, just encrusted in sharp titanites. So many of them. And the back end is also got some awesome titanites. So I know I'm in a good spot. So pulled another pyroxene plate out a while back. You can see it has some titanite on there as well. Smaller than the other two, but it's nice to see the titanites on there. And then I was just I've widened it a bit and just chipped out as much more rock to kind of get my arm deeper in. And I pulled out a handful. First of all, we've got some apatites, some small apatites. But then, right beside them, and a nice little titanite, sharp crystal. So that is awesome. We're doing good. We're finding lots of stuff. We've got lots of apatites as well that I didn't show you. They're just not spectacularly big, so in my opinion, I mean, they're cool and they show you what you can find. Like, that's all coming from this crevice in here, but I'm after the titanites. So here we have some of the specimens cleaned up from this trip. This was I think my 3rd time this year that I went to the Smart Mine. My first trip was a pretty short trip. I was just in the area and I'd gotten skunked at another location, so it was a quick stop by. And then the second trip I was taking out a friend from out west, and we met up with a local friend of mine and had some good luck finding titanites And then the third trip I went back and continued in the same spot where I had some good luck with some titanites. I'll make sure to link, I think the first 2 trips got put into one video, so I'll put a link to that in the description below. But let's look at some of these specimens. To start off, we have some of the titanites. Not as crazy big as the previous trips, but still some nice sharp examples, intact ones. This one is intact. This is all regular growth, which is cool. You can see it's the classic wedge shape. Another name for titanite is sphene, and etymologically that word is tied to the Greek word wedge, which is pretty interesting. And you can see why it got that name. It's got that wedge shape. This one's got a bit of damage on the back where it came off of the matrix, and then a smaller but equally sharp, well defined titanite. Then we have the pyroxene. You can see the dark green pyroxene crystals with the titanites, the pyroxene matrix pieces. This one's got some smaller titanites kind of on the top, mixed in with the feldspar and the pyroxene. It's got this kind of single large one here. Not as concentrated as the other 2 I'm going to show you. This one does have some of the apatite still in it. A lot of the apatites from this vein seem to kind of, the one side of the apatite is, you can see it's weathered and it's got these kind of like key marks where it basically was growing on the pyroxene matrix. Well, a lot of the pyroxene matrix seems to have still little ones attached to it, but a lot of the big ones have fallen off. This one you can see it's a lot more, there's a lot more titanites. There's a whole bunch of smaller, really sharp, glossy, sharp ones there. Some larger ones here. This one's got not necessarily damage, but it's got some alteration where the surface, I believe, is starting to alter to another mineral. There's a mineral in the area that likes to basically pseudomorph after titanite. Get another large one here, and you can see there's some smaller ones on top as well. See, this is a mix of like feldspar and the pyroxene. But yeah, these are pretty interesting and unique specimens, and I've had some discussions with my friends about kind of the smart mine location and why we seem to be finding the titanites in higher concentration when the pyroxenes are present. So one of our theories is that the pyroxenes and the titanites aren't vying for the same kind of major structures, like and so they don't have to compete necessarily for the same resources when they're forming. But I don't know if that's a good theory or not, but that was one that was floated. But you can see there are, if the camera could focus, I swear sometimes my camera does not want to focus. See that there are some nice sharp black glossy titanites. Last but definitely not least, this was the first kind of plate of pyroxene I pulled out. You can see those dark green crystals, and then you can see the many well-defined sharp black glossy titanites. Got a couple bigger ones and then a bunch of smaller ones. There are ones that are damaged, but overall the majority of them are undamaged, and they've got awesome luster to them. And just overall, it's an awesome combination piece of the dark pyroxene crystals, some like smaller feldspar and apatites, and then just encrusted in so many nice dark brown, kind of coffee brown to black, lustrous, sharp titanites That is definitely going to end up in my display cabinet sooner than later, hopefully. But yeah, a really awesome specimen that I'm glad to have found. We'll quickly look at the apatites. I'll show you the back end of this one just to show you what I was talking about. You can see how uneven it is, and like all the small little key marks and the kind of the etching and weathering. That's from it growing on the matrix and then popping off due to weathering. This one doesn't have that issue, so this one kind of grew more in the calcite pocket, but then this one unfortunately has some damage on the one termination. It's a shame because it's a nice sharp crystal all along. This one's a squatter one, but it's got sharp faces on all sides, and then it's got terminations, even though the terminations are a bit wonky and melted due to the etching. And then this small one I thought I'd show you just because I like the aesthetic of it. It's a couple kind of red-green apatites kind of fused together, a couple smaller ones with the proper terminations and stuff. It's a nice little thumbnail specimen that I'll probably just keep in my collection because I like the look of the multiple ones kind of stacked on top of each other. This brings us to the end of the video. If you like this type of stuff, please in the comments let me know what your favorite specimen was. And please also consider dropping a like and a subscription if you haven't already. That's much appreciated. And folks, just have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video.